Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Porter Says podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Heath, and in this episode, I'm going to be reviewing Wicked for Good. It is finally upon us. It is out in cinemas. I think pretty much everywhere. I just got back from seeing it tonight. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the review. Because honestly, I don't think I have a whole lot to say about Wicked for Good. You know, it's a movie that I was somewhat highly anticipating because of how much I really loved the first one. I actually rewatched the first movie yesterday in preparation, to kind of have a bit of a refresher and kind of get in the mood of Wicked and everything like that. So I went into this movie hearing mostly positive reviews because a lot of people have already seen it, like early screenings and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you, in my opinion, that Wicked for Good was a fun time. Wasn't as it wasn't as good as the first movie. It wasn't as good as Wicked Part 1, but it was still enjoyable. I feel like a lot of people who loved the first movie didn't love this one as much as they wanted to, and I'm one of them. I wouldn't say it was like a massive disappointment or anything, because there is a lot to like in Wicked for Good. There really is, and I'm going to get straight to the positives. That one of the biggest positives I can give it is that the movie looks really good. There is a lot of sequences in here that look beautiful, and the cinematography is great. Performances, for the most part, are solid. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are fantastic as Galinda and Elphaba / the Wicked Witch. They were great in the first one, so they shine a little bit more here. The chemistry between them is great. Every scene with them I really found pretty charming, and without giving too much away, like I won't spoil anything. Like there's stuff that's shown in the trailer that I will probably talk about. So if you consider that a spoiler and you didn't see the trailers, then you've been warned. But stuff towards the end, there's a scene in particular between Alfie and Glinda that is really well done and pretty emotional. I will give you that. If you are a crier, then it will happen. And if you are as invested in these characters as you are, then it could happen. So, I think the songs for them, the music is good. There's no song that really stands out besides maybe the one at the end. But I think a lot of the songs are a bit weak, at least compared to the first movie, where a lot of the songs in that movie were actually like pretty memorable. It's not to say that the songs are bad; they're just not as good as you want them to be. But they're entertaining. Like when they're playing, you're having a lot of fun. There's nothing, nothing to complain about really with the songs. It's just overall they're a little weak. In terms of negatives, I was kind of thinking about this on the drive home. Is that for a movie that was only about 2 hours and 17 minutes long, it actually did drag quite a bit, especially in the first half. There's scenes where I'm like, okay, can we get going? Like, and it's weird because the first movie is about 2 hours and 40 minutes, and as I was rewatching that yesterday, it didn't really feel like that. The pacing in the first movie, I think, is actually really solid. Besides maybe a little bit at the end of the first film, for the most part, the pacing's pretty good, and I felt like the pacing in this one was actually worse. Not the entire runtime, just a little bit. I feel like there's just a lot of plot conveniences to get certain characters where they need to be, especially when it comes to spoiler, maybe. We see certain characters being turned into the Wizard of Oz. We have how the Tin Man becomes the Tin Man. with the spell that was put on him by the Wicked Witch, or actually by her sister. If you know, I was like, oh, so that's it. Okay, interesting. We do see the cowardly lion, which is pretty cool. We saw that a lot in the trailer. We only really get a close-up of the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. We don't actually get a look at the Scarecrow or Dorothy. Like, we kind of see them from behind and on the side and stuff like that. So, and I do kind of wonder why we know these characters. Like, even though, again, I haven't seen the original Wizard of Oz, I'm always like, I know what they look like. So why hide it? Maybe there is a reason for that. I guess, like, since the story is focusing on Glinda and, you know, Alfie or Alphaba, it makes sense. So that's, you know, that's about it really in terms of negatives. But I'd say overall that the positives do outweigh the issues that I have with this movie. Yeah, I had a fun time. It's a movie that is really fun to see in the theater because of the surround sound, and the music. Definitely, the musical sequences really add to that. So yeah, overall, Wicked for Good was a really fun time at the theater. Not as good as the first one, but I'd say a worthy sequel. And I liked how everything wrapped up. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Consider, you know, sharing and liking and subscribing to this channel, because there's going to be definitely more episodes coming. Yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.